I was cautiously optimistic for this series when they announced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Naruto crossover. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles brand, even though it's run by IDW and published there, for the most part has done okay. I mean, well, I guess there's been a lot of problems there. But when it comes to crossovers, you usually see the fact that two license holders are involved here. So the company has to run it by and get approval from two different companies. And so they usually play it very, very safe. I read James Tinian's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Batman crossover last year. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was good fun. Now, I thought this might be the same, and I was actually looking forward to this because Naruto's a really fun thing. And with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles being steeped in, some classic manga and anime influences, with the whole Japanese culture involved in it, I thought it'd be a pretty good fit. But they're going full woke with it, as they usually do. They have race-swapped April O'Neil again, and it looks like IDW does have its little muddy hands into things, and it's a really sad thing. Now, on the other front, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a line did really well for IDW for a while. The first 100 issues or so were great until they decided to have a transgender crazy writer take over, and then they put a chick in it and made it gay, like they usually do. And they sank the title that was one of the best sellers in the industry, and of course, one of the most revered titles in the industry, to something that they had to reboot and redo with an all-new #1. They're trying that tactic again, as the books hasn't been selling as well in recent years. The Turtles brand, though, has been IDW's one saving grace, as the company's been a complete failure under the stewardship of Heather Antos, who has been just pushing crazy agendas in things like Star Trek for a long time and sinking that brand. Because Kevin Eastman actually is working on books called The Last Ronin, which is, he's one of the original Turtles creators. And he actually did a really good job with a story that sold so well because of his involvement that it really saved the company. I think they'd be completely out of business if it was not for that. So this is where the Turtles brand is at right now. In addition to this, they're restarting this all-new #1 this month with a book by Jason Aaron, another notorious SJW who puts in crazy put a chick in it and make it gay concepts as well. And so this is just another sign of the destruction going on, which we're going to get into in just a moment. My name's John Delarose, everybody. I'm a #1 best-selling comic creator, and of course, I make my own great books. I've got one called The Hidden Emperor on Kickstarter right now, which I would love for you to check out and support today. We are already at $17,000, and I'm trying to get to 20 soon because we have a wonderful author who's going to be joining us for a short story, big name, who you're going to love. And we intentionally designed Ayla Rin as a beautiful redhead because of all the replacement characters that were happening in Hollywood and in comics, removing any kind of beautiful redhead character and replacing them with, black ladies and things like that. And we saw this with Ariel, the Little Mermaid. We saw this with Mary Jane, even, and Spider-Man with Zendaya. And, of course, we saw it with April O'Neil in the recent Seth Rogen version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series, where they did this strange design with her as well. Well, that's continuing now into the comics, and we are fighting back against it the best way we can right here by just saying no and doing things our way. And I think we have a great book for you. If you like science fiction books, if you're into Star Wars, Star Trek, Warhammer 40K, any of those cool universes like that, you're absolutely going to enjoy this. So please support our channel, support our efforts in the arts, and back this today. You'll be very happy. Thank you guys for supporting us. Again, that link's in the description below. All right. So this was the original promo art that they gave for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Naruto crossover. It says it's not final art, of course. And immediately it goes, wow, this looks pretty cool. And I was actually discussing with somebody the other day about this because, overall, even though the main Turtles line has some problems, like I said, the crossovers have gone pretty well. The Last Ronin's doing pretty well. You have to have Eastman and Laird actually sign off on this. You have to have the Naruto studio sign off on this. So IDW is in a spot where they'd probably do an okay job with this and play it safe. And I told the person in my Discord, that this is probably going to be an okay thing. I was wrong. SJW's always doubled down, and unfortunately, IDW's in this spiral where they're going to be in this spot and just maintaining this over and over and over again. I remember IDW came under fire a few years ago for making an April O'Neil title for a book. And in the previews, they actually labeled it Arpil, ARPIL, in a typo. Very funny stuff back in the day. But I thought, you know what? The people who are involved in these other brands, the Heather Antoses of the world, are not going to be working on this. And so it's probably going to be pretty safe. Oops. Well, here's what they came out with as they revealed new designs for April O'Neil and Splinter. Splinter looks like a rat. It's pretty good there. But here's April O'Neil. You get this like ugly, short-haired, like lesbian-looking girl in a pantsuit. They tried to get the classic yellow from the old line in there a little bit for like the blouse, I guess. But my gosh, this is not April O'Neil in any way, shape, or form. Very sad what they've done with the character. It's another just replacement. Well, it's a woke agenda. This is what they want to do. They want to replace everybody with black people. It's not about diversity because it's not diverse. They do the same thing every time. It's not about inclusivity because they want to exclude everybody who looks different than this. And it's not about equity because there's nothing equitable about how every character is done this way. It's 13% of the population, but it's 100% of the race replacements. Wonder why that is. It's an agenda, and it's an agenda to try to make white people hate themselves, to get white people out of things. I don't understand the point of it because if you look at the primary target audience of the people who are reading Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books or Naruto books, because it's a popular manga as well, it's probably white males on average, probably more than on average. I would venture to say 70 to 80% white males who are interested in this. So when you make these design choices intentionally to be a middle finger towards that audience, you are intentionally cutting out that audience from potentially reading your book. It's ridiculous. So this is what they do every single time, and they're doing it again, and it's really, really sad to watch. I think it's already ruined the book even before it even comes out. Here is more of their designs right there. And they see the most notable takeaway is that April O'Neil's once again been race swapped. This isn't the first time this has happened. The reporting had her appearance changed in the animated series Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the CGI 2023 film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. This has been done intentionally, and obviously they're going to keep doubling down on this because they're doing it across properties and definitely trying to erase the redhead character at this point. Really weird that this is the takeaway and this is what they're trying to do. Again, I just don't, why? What do you gain out of this? I guess you just gain industry clout points for doing this over and over and over again because the audiences hate it. It makes people not want to buy this book, and it hurts sales every single time because like people feel like their intelligences are insulted when they get this kind of content shoved in their faces. So sadly, can't recommend this book again. IDW has gone paused once more in order to try to appease the woke mob. We'll see how that plays out for them. I know that Turtles has their big #1 launch with Jason Aaron. It's a matter of time before that #1 collector's edition wears off, and they just can't get by on their own storytelling. So they're going to be in dire straits because how many more times can you do that and actually get speculators involved? All right, no speculators here. We just sell stories, and that's how people follow us. This is a follow-up to my 2022 book called Overmind, and you can see that people loved that book, already are coming in hard on this, and it's because we have good stories. We don't bow to that sort of social mob whatsoever, and yes, great science fiction. Check this out. We actually have a leather-bound edition on this one, which is I'm very excited about. This is the first time I've ever had a leather-bound book, which will cover Overmind and The Hidden Emperor, so if you want both books, get that beautiful premium edition. It's a tier down below. I am hype about it to get one myself. Thank you guys for all the support. Leave a comment down below. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.